So the last part of the expert's testimony yesterday on direct started with the 3 clock issue on the iPhone, which was discussed last trial. And basically, there's one main clock on your iPhone. It's the clock you see. It's the clock that controls all the apps and pretty much everything in the phone. There is a separate time kept, separate clock for the battery, and that had to do with something like so many seconds counted since 1970, because that's some industry standard. And then there's a quote third clock that is a time that you have to offset the second clock with because of digital drift when they're counting seconds over that long a period of time. And when that second and third quote unquote times are combined, it is the same time as the main clock on the iPhone. They then moved into battery temperature testimony, where they established that the iPhone started dropping in temperature at 12:32, basically when the iPhone stopped being used. It dropped about 5 degrees to 6 degrees an hour. Actually, I don't think it was an hour, but consistently dropped in regular intervals at like 5 to 6 degrees over the next 40 minutes or so. And then there was a several hour gap before like 5 o'clock. It picks back up to being 40 degrees, 30 degrees, starts rising after they pick up the phone that morning. They didn't really address what would cause that gap in time. See if the defense talks about it, or defense experts talk about it. I thought it was interesting they glossed over it instead of trying to address a potential issue. It seemed to fit their theory pretty well, that the phone stopped being used at 12:32. The phone dropped. He landed on it, which is how it was found. We heard that testimony already. And so we get a steady drop in temperature because he's just outside laying on his phone. This expert did a really good job. What they presented seemed to fit with their theory very well. We'll see what happens on cross-examination.